Hey guys, Preston here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be breaking down the top free agents in the NBA this upcoming offseason. We're going to predict where they're going, and we're also going to mention a place we'd like to see them go. I'm here with my friend Jesus.
You can check me out at, I think my channel's just called my name. I don't have a name yet, but
we'll find it. I'll put it in the description for sure.
Yeah.
So, let's just get started. We got a list of the top free agents this upcoming offseason, so we're just going to talk about them real quick, break them all down.
And the number one free agent of this year, I agree with it. It's Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. So his deal is up with the Warriors, and the most interesting conversation will be where he ends up going. So honestly, for me, if I had to pick a place I think he'll end up, I think he'll end up with the Knicks. Is that what you agree with that?
I agree, because I'm pretty sure aren't the Knicks and the Lakers the only two teams that could have two max contracts?
I think
because of how much money.
Because I know the Knicks for sure have two max slots.
I think
open.
I think those are the two only teams that can have a max contract. I wouldn't be I'm expecting the next two, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like, you know what? I'll go with LeBron.
With LeBron?
I don't think
he'll
sit.
I think it's already shown a little bit. I don't think he's interested in playing with LeBron. Yeah. The only way I see him staying is if they win again and he somehow feels the need, he still needs a ring chase. No offense, actually, offense to KD.
He got two already, right?
Yeah. So I'd say he's he's probably most likely to end up with the Knicks. I think that's a good place for him too. We already mentioned. I mentioned places where we'd want to see him go. Actually, I kind of want to see him at the Knicks. I think that'd be a good place for him.
I want to see him there only because I want the Knicks to win. I don't want them to be a laughingstock anymore. Because the last time they were in the playoffs was when Carmelo Anthony was considered a good player. Like, no offense to Carmelo, but he's way past his prime.
He's past. It's just true.
Yeah,
I'd say just because whenever there's a big market like that where they're not that great, I mean, sometimes it helps, right? But seeing the Knicks be bad for so long, it hurts. And I think it's kind of a good redemption story for KD, considering the fact that he doesn't have. He's been lacking some love lately, and if he can turn around New York, that'd be pretty big for him.
I think a little bit of a bigger, like a better, what'd you say? What's the word? Something story, would you say? Redemption?
Yeah,
redemption story is if he goes to Washington because he's from that area. And the Washington Wizards are not the best team.
Washington,
but they have a lot of bad contracts.
Washington would be one of those dream ones. Yeah. If that was like a place we'd like to see him go, it'd be Washington. But it won't. They have too much money and broken John Wall and Bradley Beal. Beal's good, but I mean they're a mess.
Contracts are horrible, bro.
Such a mess. All right, so if we're done with Durant, let's move on to number two.
Number two. That's Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, it's a fun one.
I don't see him staying.
You don't see him
even
staying?
if they win. If he wins, he'll be like, all right.
Where do you think he'll go?
I think the two most likely options are both LA teams.
One of the LA, because he's already mentioned he wants to go to LA.
Did you see that clip where he was talking to LeBron? He's like, I'll keep in touch. I'm not saying tampering, but
Only thing I've seen is his laugh, bro. He'll make it in Hollywood, guaranteed. Yeah, that's great. But yeah, so I'd say one of the LA teams. Honestly, if I'm gonna be even more specific, I'd say the Clippers. I think they have a good coach. They have plenty of space, and he can be his own man there. There won't be any LeBron hype the whole time. And honestly, with Magic leaving, the Lakers look like even more of a mess than they did.
Yeah.
And I think that might be a free agency spot people avoid.
They need to get. I think the Lakers need to get a president who
is a president.
Someone, because the Lakers, they always try to hire people that are in like the Lakers family,
And I love Johnson, but he was a splash hire. You know,
he was he
wasn't a president before.
He said it himself. He wanted to be more of a chairman than a president.
And
ambassador. That's what he used.
And when your president steps down because he can't fire people, you know you made the wrong move. You know, get someone hard nosed in there. Definitely get a new coach, and you could hopefully bring in some free agents. So I say Kawhi to an LA team.
I think it's more likely Clippers.
The Clippers. I wouldn't mind it. It's not a move I'd hate. If in a perfect world, where would he go in a perfect world? I'm a Pacers fan. I love him on the Pacers. That'd be the best thing possible. They could make it happen too, but he won't go to Indy.
I don't think he'll want.
It'd be awesome. I think there's some more realistic options to the Pacers. Still not super realistic, but we'll probably hit those names later. But for Kawhi, I think the Clippers isn't a bad move at all. I'd respect it a lot, and I'd like that move for him. Staying in Toronto would be kind of cool with it too.
Yeah, I'd like him to either stay or go to a team that's like a surprise. Like if he went to a Pacers or a Nets.
This one's out there. I was about to say that one's out there, but the Nets, that'd be fun to see. I think the Nets doing well would be fun.
The Knicks too.
Yeah, I still can't.
I feel like it'd be better if they got if the Knicks, because a big rumor is KD and Kyrie going to the Knicks.
Kyrie's third on the list, by the way.
I think I think KD and Kawhi and maybe Zion would be the best.
Going to the Knicks. Yeah, and then there's still a slot in with the Nets. Obviously, Kyrie, if I'm not mistaken, he plays the same position as his name's blanking on me. Hit him with the guy who's really good for the Nets right now.
Oh,
D'Angelo
Russell.
Yeah, Russell. They're in the same area, right? And obviously, Russell's a beast and he's young, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind having Kyrie. So our third on the list is Kyrie. If I had to guess where he's going, I'd say the Knicks. There's a chance he goes to Nets. I'd say no on that, but I'd definitely say the Knicks is like the most likely spot.
What's another team with a lot like that he could attract?
Teams with room would be any of those teams with a lot of young players. I think that he could make room.
I don't know if he would want to go play in the Heat.
Yeah, if you could have him play anywhere, would you want him?
Anywhere, Kyrie?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd want him. I think him and Oladipo would be great as a two-guard team. Honestly, I think him and the Pacers.
The Pacers would be fun again, but there's still. I mean, there's a lot of places. Miami actually would be kind of fun to see there, especially with Dwayne Wade being gone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options out there. I think even if he stays in Boston, I don't think it's in his best interest to stay.
No.
I think it's actually. I wouldn't like him staying. I think it's better for the league if he goes somewhere else.
What about the Pelicans?
Yeah, dude. AD goes to Boston, Kyrie goes to the Pelicans. That'd be crazy. All right, so now we got.
Wait, one thing I wanted to go to earlier. I think when you were talking about the Clippers, I think they've definitely shown that they're trying to become a better team. Doc is trying to become a better coach because when he traded away his son, I feel like that showed like, all right, he's a legit coach.
And the fact that they made the playoffs with the roster they had, and even trading away key pieces of that roster, it proves that. It's a good spot for free agents. People can go there and be successful.
I think their curse, went away that they had when they had Blake.
They're always stuck in being in the Lakers' shadow, but if there's a time to pass them, it's now. The Lakers are a mess right now.
The next free agent is Kemba
Walker. And
I could see him staying, honestly.
I could see him staying. He'd be the star in Charlotte. He could stay with Jordan. Jordan owned. He's not playing yet. Is he coming back? No. Maybe it'd help. That's another team for. It'd be fun.
A guard. Not a lot of teams need guards.
It'd be fun to see the Hornets be good again. But this is one I've heard people mention this. Obviously, we've mentioned the Pacers a lot, but Kemba on the Pacers would be really fun. And I feel like that could be a bit more realistic, based off he hasn't made demands for a huge market, and he's already been in a semi-small market.
The thing is, a lot of these players that are about to be free agents are guards. Mm-hmm. So a lot of teams are gonna try to. They're gonna go for the big guards like Kyrie, Kawhi. Kawhi's everything.
He can play. He's versatile.
Clay.
But Kemba, you get him for offense. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
And the reason we mentioned the Pacers a lot is we like them, but it's also just the fact that they could use another star player. It's just they play well as a unit no matter what.
Miles is slowly getting there, but I don't think you could become a star.
Pair someone with Depot would be awesome.
Yeah.
And we're back. I hit stop instead of pause. Oh well. To put them together. All right, so we kept going. We're talking about Kemba. I'd say definitely. I mean, any team who needs offense would need him. I mentioned that. And I think if you look at Utah,
maybe because Utah's a defensive-based team.
If you look at any teams where there's only one star guy, I'd say Utah with Mitchell, Indy with Oladipo. Any of these guys going to those smaller market teams who need an extra piece would be fun. Super teaming again, which I mean sometimes it brings excitement. It's just not as fun.
But it brings a lot of negativity for you. Yeah. I think Kemba's one of those players where he should be a big name, but he's not.
He gets overshot. It's the market he's in, which I'm not sure how much.
But I think he likes the small market, so I could see him going to a smaller team. But I think the most likely option for me is him staying. But I'd like him to move, go somewhere like Utah or Indiana,
Miami, and just a lot of teams. There's a lot of places he could go. As long as he doesn't go to Golden State, I'm happy. Yeah. Don't go there.
Speaking of Golden State, number 5 is Klay Thompson.
Splash brother himself, Klay Thompson. Once again, any team who wants a spark in the offense. Anywhere,
honestly.
Once again, it's one of those other tier free agents where I like him with Indy, but that's too many times. Yeah. But it'd be awesome to have him paired with Oladipo. You can't lie. He fits well with any team.
If he did go to the Pacers, that means Oladipo would have to transition from a shooting guard to a point guard.
Something like that. Yeah, which we'd see how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, Depot has the ball most of the time anyways.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to see. But I think
the thing is with Klay, I could.
Yeah.
He's just like Kemba. I could see him staying because,
I mean,
he has no reason to be called the bandwagon. Like
he was there first.
Yeah.
And once, if you think about it, if KD leaves, you're kind of back to that core unit again, and he might want that. He might miss that. A core unit of him and Curry being the main stars. With Draymond just as a counterpiece if he's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's a good chance Draymond might stay if KD leaves. I'm not sure if he's been ran out of town
Draymond has 2 years, so he wouldn't be free agent this year. He'd be free agent next year. But I could see him asking for a trade too.
True.
Speaking of bandwagons,
more Warrior.
Yep, DeMarcus Cousins.
I see him leaving.
Yeah, I mean he signed I think it was like $5 million deal. That was just
prove
I want to get my ring.
He's like, gotta get that money. But I'd say he can get he's been doing pretty well, right? So far this year. So he can turn it around. Obviously, he came off an injury last year. It's part of the money he got. But I think he banks off this. Obviously, he wanted to play for the Warriors, right? But he banks off this, and he can get a payday somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'm not a big Cousins fan. I'm going to be real here.
From my game before he even started playing.
He whines a lot. Yeah. He's got some issues, but I think there's plenty of teams who would take him. You can't tell me there's a team that turn away.
Especially teams that are like guard heavy would
big
love him because he's a center,
not everyone's laying in Zion, so might as well get to Cousins. I can't.
Because he shows he'll sign for a little as long as it shows that he'll win.
He can win for big, but I'm sure he wants to be paired with someone. I don't think
he's a star player. I don't think he can.
No, he wants to be paired. His years with the Kings and Pelicans, I think he's kind of he wants to be with other stars now. He doesn't want to be the only man there. And I don't think as a team you'd want him to be your only star player. We've seen how it worked out. It doesn't, So really anywhere. There's a chance he goes back to the Warriors if KD leaves. There's money open for them, but I don't know anywhere. There's not much for.
And then number 7, Jimmy Butler.
I think he stays.
All these have been unrestricted or player options. Mm-hmm. The only player options are Kyrie, Kawhi, and Kevin Durant, but I'm pretty sure all of them want to leave. Jimmy Butler, he has a player option, but I think he'll want to stay.
I do too. I think
he sees that this could be something big.
They got the front five, that starting five is legit.
Ben Simmons, Tobias. I can't remember the other starting one.
Joel, Ben Simmons, Tobias, Jimmy Butler, and is it Redick or is there some other guy who joined him?
No, JJ Redick comes off the bench. Whatever.
Dang it, bro.
Someone. Joel's a center.
Joel, Butler, Harris, Simmons.
Who's their power forward?
This is gonna drive me crazy.
I know. I want to know now.
We gotta Google it real quick. We're sorry. Man, how's it? Oh, what is it? Pop into my head.
Not Eagles.
Eagles. Eagles fly on the path to victory. Simmons and Bede. Harris. Traded Fultz, obviously.
Is it?
I feel like it's Redick, isn't it?
I think it might be Redick or
they got a big
Marjanovic.
Yeah, because they got that big 4. So it is. I think it's one. It's kind of rotational.
Yeah. Well.
Their biggest problem is they put all the money into those 4, and so their depth isn't as good. But I still see Butler staying. I think he likes it there. He's bounced around too much now to leave again. Yeah. I think he's. What is this? Is like.
And he's having a good. I mean, from the if they lose right away, like I predicted on my, you can check that on my channel. Then I think that'll be like, all right, that'll be that for me. That's the only reason I can see him.
I still feel like he'd probably ride it out just because with the amount, there's a lot of talent.
I think he'll sign a 1-year contract.
There's a lot of talent in this free agency class, so I feel like a lot of slots are going to get filled in quick. And he might be better off in Philly. A fun place for him to go. I don't think he'd do it. The Clippers, or a return to Chicago would be interesting. I don't think it'll happen.
I think he kind of got betrayed by them. It's like how DeMar DeRozan said he doesn't want to go back to Toronto because he messed them up. Although looking back, Chicago's another viable option. Would just be fun to see some people go there because it's good when Chicago's doing well. It's good for the league, Yeah. So any of those other free agents, if they ended up in Chicago somehow, don't think they will. No one really wants to go there at the moment. It'd be pretty nice. I could maybe see Cousins.
If Clay, you said Clay wanted to be a star, right? So if he truly wants to, Chicago would be a good spot for him because there's not a lot there at the moment. They got young talent coming up. They'll get a good pick, so maybe he could go there and wreak some havoc.
I don't know. He's okay. Nikola Vucevic.
Will he stay with Orlando?
He's unrestricted. I feel like he might, but if he leaves, I could see like Cousins, or I could see Cousins wanting to go there
to Orlando.
Because they need a big.
Yeah,
they'll give him. You see how big Vizic's contract was? He's getting $12 million a year.
It's not bad.
But like, they're gonna offer Cousins.
And the more I think about it, Orlando's not a bad spot now. They got young up and coming talent. Living in Florida's not bad. There's no state income tax, and it's Florida.
They got
in the party town.
The cheapest tax. I think it's 6%.
Yeah, it's nice,
so
and there's no state income tax, so you get paid
the
more. Your money.
The only bad thing is the people. It's
crazy. Florida man. But you get more of that money. There's a chance Orlando re-signs them if they're just trying to keep people in house. Yeah. But if they can get a signing, I could see. Is it Verchik or whatever leaving? What do you think he'd be? Do you think he'd like quickly join into one of those like a Milwaukee or something?
I think he'll wait to see like one of the top like 3 or 4 join a team, and then he'll be like,
just add on to the talent, right?
Yeah, I think he'll do like a Cousins if he knows like, I could get a good ring here.
Slip in there
let me get it for.
I think he's a nice additional piece to teams who need center help. He is a center, if I'm not mistaken, who needs center help, and he's not crazy good. I think part of the reason he's done so well is because he's on the team. Yeah. The Magic. There's not a lot going on around him, but I think he'd fit nicely into a lot of teams.
Number 9, Tobias. I think Tobias. I could see him going back to the Clippers or staying.
Yeah, I'm not sure because the way the Clippers traded him, I'm not sure if he'd, especially if they land free agents. I don't know if he'd fit back. I think Philly is a good place for him too. I think just based off the fact that him and Butler weren't there long enough, I feel like they want to try it out more. They want at least a year, a full year together as a unit to see how it works.
I can't see signing a big deal.
A short-term deal.
I can see 2 years.
1 to 2 years, decent money.
I'd like to see him go to either the Pacers.
That'd be fun.
The Knicks or the Lakers.
It's a lot of teams. Yeah, it's all nice.
Can the Kings see him go
land anyone?
I don't know.
I think they have the money, right?
I think they have the cap space.
It'd be fun to see the Kings do well too. Yeah. They don't have a lot of star talent. They just play well together.
I think if the Knicks can only get one of the big names, I think he'll go for like 2 medium names. If they can't get like Kyrie or Kawhi, they're going to use
their top draft pick and then try to land like a Harris and a Kemba,
I think that's what I was saying. I think they're either going to get a Tobias or Thompson. Yeah, I was going to say Thompson.
I'd say there's a decent amount of talent.
You want to stop at 10 because it's kind of been long.
Yeah, does it drop off after 10?
Yeah, after 10 it's Middleton
and Russell.
I think he's restricted, so I think he's definitely staying.
I'd say we can stop after Middleton then.
Yeah. We'll see like D'Angelo Russell.
We'll go to 12. We're just going to talk about 12 guys this video.
Number 10, Kristaps Porzingis. He's restricted, so I think he might be forced to stay. Mm-hmm. But what I think would be a smart move is for him to talk to a team and be like, "Hey, offer me this deal for 1 year, and I'll take it as an unrestricted
obviously
contract." And then the Nets are gonna. Not the Nets. The Knicks are gonna have to accept it. But because he's a restricted, they're gonna want to keep him.
I'm really hoping. Yeah, I think the Mavs were hoping he'd stay too.
Maybe they want the cap space.
But they traded for him. Dallas traded. Didn't they give up a decent amount for him? So in my opinion, I think they're banking on him staying. Him with Doncic is what they wanted to pair together. Obviously,
his rookie. He was still on his rookie contract. So he wasn't making a lot of money.
Obviously, Kristaps still has some off the court issues to settle out with, but if all that goes right for him, best of luck to you. Unless you did it, then screw off, bro. I hate you. But no, he probably didn't. Who knows? This is not the time for politics. but I think he'd stay with Dallas. Is there anywhere like you think it'd be fun to see him outside? I think Dallas is a fun spot for him though. The pair him off with Doncic. I think another star with Doncic is nice. But anywhere else, I don't know. So the last guy we're really going to talk about will be Chris Middleton.
I can see him staying. Yeah, just because Giannis this year. Giannis. All right, another thing. Who do you think deserves MVP?
Giannis, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I think the way the Bucks are set up right now, I still don't think they're a huge free agent attraction. So I think their best option would be to re-sign guys they have. And Middleton, he's kind of shining this year. No, he's hidden behind Giannis, but he made the All-Star game and he's shining real. He's a nice other piece, the perimeter shooter, the pair with Giannis, and I think he'll stay with the Bucks. And I want to see him stay with the Bucks. Yeah. Obviously, like I said, I'm a Pacers fan. They're not a huge free agent attraction. If Middleton ends up there, I'd be happy. Any other small market team, if Middleton goes,
the only reason I could see him living is I mean, not
living.
He's
still alive. Yeah.
Is if he's like, man, I don't want to be in Giannis' shadow. But then again,
I think if they win, if they go far, I think he'll stay.
Yeah, I think he'll stay.
The Bucks, I guess, it'd be fun to see someone go to the Bucks to give them a triple-headed threat, but logically it won't happen, but it's just a fun thing to be able to see.
And then the last
Russell,
person.
I hope he stays.
He's staying. Yeah, I think he's staying. He's
I
a
really think
agent.
it'd be a bonehead move if they let him go and brought in Kyrie or something like that.
I don't think it wouldn't be smart for the Nets taking a gamble on Kyrie.
Because Russell's younger, he clearly has potential. I think you stick with him.
Yeah, this year he really blew up.
And I'm not even going to mention another team because that's where he should be. He should stay with the Nets. He should be a net. Because
I think
Magic Johnson,
he
put him
put
in
Brooklyn he put Brooklyn in the playoffs.
He's like, here you go, take Russell. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description. Yeah, stay tuned. I got more videos coming out soon. Thank you guys. See you later.